natural beauty. Yeah, no, I never been someone shy until I seen your eyes. Still I had to try.
You see me?
Yeah. Oh, you get a little.
Yeah, that's alright. The chair can't come now. No, or bring up kid. No, that's alright. Good.
No. I know everyone can relate to when they find someone.
Bring up kid. No, that's alright.
She's fire, yeah, so high, and I never know anyone, so one of a kind. No, the way she moves the world, she has the qualities of a queen. She's a queen. Ooh, ooh, what I try to do.
You can see it?
No,
Let me see if I can send it to you.
she's a queen. She's a queen. And when the dogs a woman's makeup, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's fire, yeah, so fire. And I need her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind until I never see the night. My queen, so sweet. I can see in her eyes the way she smiles. Hey, yes, I know the king and queen crown she a tie. So I never leave your side. Just leave with me, try your ties. If she says she don't mind, alright, I know good man is hard to find. And she telling about that shine or die. That's why she has no ties at this time. Yeah, I know men.
A very good afternoon and welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. Yes, DJ Hurricane, it's calm. It's a hurricane in the studio today.
So and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone
You want to
so
use
divine.
that? You want it?
The
Give
way
it
she
to me.
moves the world, she has the qualities of a queen, so supreme. Ooh, ooh, like a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen.
That's right, I have a queen in the studio.
And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is.
She is a strong woman.
So royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, no, the way she moves the world, she has the qualities of a queen. My beauty and queen.
That's right, a very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. Well, Sarah, a very pleasant good afternoon to you and welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, everybody.
And you know, I don't know if I was watching in her closet what she was going to wear, but she's in all pink and luckily you can see that I prepare a pink mic set up for her. So that's a good thing.
It's meant to be, right?
Yes. You know, I have to ask you, you know, like yesterday we had a function right here in New York, and I want to say thank you very much for talking to me and for encouraging me to go to this thing. And I'm so glad that you are in our community. So, what's your take about all of this? I know you're a little bit tired too, like I did. We all did our thing last night.
Well, I think that I was so proud of you when I saw you,
Oh,
and
thank you.
I did wanted to give you that little support, that encouragement, that you will go out there and you will do justice, and you did just that. I think it's amazing what Mr. Joe Yusuf is doing,
Yes, yes.
giving us a chance to meet these ministers, and they're all from our homeland, and he bring them here to New York, and he gave us that opportunity that we can raise our voice. We have a chance of meeting them and sharing our concern. And I think that was, amazing, a very big step he took,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And I want to, say that to him, if he's watching, that you're doing an amazing job. Keep doing what you're doing. You're making us proud, Guyanese. And, in that way, we can give our opinion,
Hmm.
and we get a chance to go out there on that big platform that we're on, ICD,
Hmm.
again, which he created.
Right, right.
And we can follow and see what's going on, and he give us that we can voice our opinion on that platform as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
And from that platform, that's where last night came about from. So you tell me, how was it? How did you feel last night being amongst these ministers and
Well,
these honorable people?
I'm so glad you asked me that. But before we get into that, I want to formally introduce you. This is Sara Khalil, from all the way from Ocean View, Iflop in Guyana, born in Guyana, and I'm very proud of you too, to say the least. That you're a QC girl, very articulate, and I can tell you, she is very pretty sitting next to her. And it just radiates the room that you hear. Also, she is an accomplished author, and her book is called Incomplete by Sara Khalil, and you guys can get it on Amazon. I want you guys to get. I'm so glad that so much of my friends, I'm talking to, my hair and my face standing up, and I'm so glad that she wrote a book. And you can go on Amazon and get it. We will dig into this book a little more this afternoon. But yes, congratulations on your book. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
You have opened and you will continue to open many doors for people in Guyana, for young girls like yourself. So let's talk about last night. I always tell people about the crystal ball, my crystal ball. I was happy that I was there to represent, Guyana, get to cover the Prime Minister and other ministers there. It's an humbling experience, and you exactly know what I'm talking about. It's an humbling experience to meet with the Prime Minister of Guyana. I never thought that this would have happened. A young boy from Guyana failed all his exams in Guyana, and here it is. I am a star in my own right, and I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but in a way and which you will talk about later on, to give other young guys hope in Guyana that, no matter what happens to you, no matter how you start your race, it doesn't matter. All that matters is you get up, you brush up, and you continue running, and that's what I'm doing. Uh, I was kind of surprised that the Prime Minister and his wife and other minister, Gail Teixeira, they were so friendly, and they want to meet the Guyanese, and I was so eager to meet everyone. So that was my takeaway there, how humble they were. And in my mind, I was saying that, despite he is the Prime Minister of Ghana, he is so humble. And so that was my takeaway from that. No matter what you are doing in life, always keep it humble, and it will lead you, to meet with a lot of people. And your take,
Yes.
You meet a lot of these people too, right?
I sure did. Well, again, we all had that dream of becoming successful, or climbing that success ladder, or be famous, or be known. We want our name to be known, or we want to be recognized, and we always want to be in the limelight and glamour, in the glamour world. But it's not so easy, right? But I always encourage, and I would say this, that don't ever give up your dream. It doesn't matter how small you think that dream, or that
It's so
crystal
true.
ball you were talking about.
Yeah.
What's meant for you, what I do believe, you have to keep manifesting. And when you manifest, you just leave it up to God. Don't always say why it's not happening, why it's not happening. eventually, once your intention is good and pure, and when God knows that this is, it's something that you badly wanted bad enough, He will make it happen for you. But it doesn't come easy.
True. So
right?
true.
So you might take years, and you wanted this dream, and maybe one of your dream just fulfilled.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you feel good, and you feel
Yeah.
great that you're among these people. But yes, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how high we get. We have to remember that we can always fall.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
humble, stay focused, keep your foot on the ground. Always go up. It feels nice to go up and be up there, be high. But sometimes you want to come back down to the ground.
Right.
So
right. Absolutely.
I have wings. I create my wings that I can fly, and fly
Right.
how high I want, because at the end of the day, I'm in control of me. I
Right.
have that ability, and I have that freedom to do that.
Right.
And so you have, at the end of the day, we all have to create wings for ourselves to fly.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter whether you're married or in a relationship or not, which we will get into.
Right.
Your spouse is supposed to support you and say, you know what, it's your life. You have the freedom. You go fly, but remember where to come back.
Yes. Yes. And that's one of the things that keeping me grounded, to know that I want to stay humble, and I will stay humble, because all these things, and you've said it correctly, no matter how high you climb, you can always fall down.
Yes.
And make sure you prepare your wings.
But also remember, when you fall down, don't stay down. Quickly pick yourself back up.
Right.
Yeah.
I also want to tell you guys that I was lucky enough to cross paths with Sarah. We're going to give away 6 of this book today. So if you want her book, just put your name. I'm going to ask my wife, who's in the audience, to just keep a list of who wants the book.
But before you get the book,
you talk about that.
You have to share this page. You have to
Right.
share this live. Share as much as you can. Tag as much as you can.
Yeah.
And you're not just going to have the book. We're going to come back with a surprise.
So I'm going to leave
So
this.
let's see who shared the most to get that surprise.
Yes. And I want to say thanks to DJ Fest. He put 2 books. I did 2. And my friend in Florida, Indira, she also, first time I said, I want you to, can you please donate 2 books to me? And she really did. So don't forget, guys, my wife is going to write your name down. And at the end, 6 people is going to win one of these books. I'll make sure that it comes to you guys. I already have 4 or 5 of them in studio. I'm waiting for the rest. So, what was your life like in Guyana, Sarah?
Well, as much as I can remember, for me, my life in Guyana, my childhood life, I should say, was great. I love back then that we had so much liberty and freedom to do things. And I love the village I was raised in. I love the family-oriented feeling back home that we don't even get over here. We don't even know who our damn neighbor is.
Right, absolutely.
And back then, like, everyone was so together, like family-oriented. And, there was a seawall not too far from the house. And there were also several religious, like, temple churches and mosques, like, that we all, used to go and visit each other.
Right.
If I'm a Muslim, but I would go to, Hindu
temple.
Yes. And growing up on, good food, I would say.
Yes.
And the best part was my grandmother. She's not here anymore, but I know she would have been so proud of me. So my grandmother had this talent of sewing.
Really?
Yeah, so she would usually sew like little things for me. And I used to love to get dressed up for her. And we played Dolly House and hopscotch in the street among with the other kids, and you're so happy. I miss those days. But growing up there was so much fun, much fun. As much as I can remember, I used to get, beat from my father. He used to give me a good beating for go bathing in the seawall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. because it wasn't safe for us to go out there by ourselves without parental supervision, but we would get away and we'll go. And my mother would tell him, so I grew up also in a very strict home.
Right.
My father side of the family is mixed with Pakistani Punjab, so I learned much more later how I pull and drawn so much to his side of the family, more growing up as a Guyanese girl. But, nevertheless, I'm happy to be a brown girl.
Yes.
I think we're beautiful. We can't take away that. Our hair is something.
Yes.
And so, I love when I was growing up there, because I felt so much love from our neighbors. Everyone used to live like family, and they look out for each other, kids.
Right.
Which we don't have today. You can't tell your friend's child what to do, or your neighbor kid what to do.
Sure.
So we grew up so grounded, most of all, there, and so much respect. I believe we, back like in the 80s and 90s, there was so much more respect among human beings, and today we are like living in a cruel world where we need to bring back some of that respect, some of that. That cultural behavior that we had when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s that we don't have anymore. So, I really love growing up in Guyana.
You've talked about your grandmother. How have she influenced your life?
She was the biggest influence in my life. I think my grandmother was the only person I felt like loved from, and cared for. She cared a lot about me, all her grandchildren.
Right.
And I've like that special place, I think only she had for me. I'm not going to say that my parents didn't, but that I've never really felt the hug from my mom or my dad, or I love you.
Yes.
Or, I care about you, or compliment me. But I get all of that from my grandmother, and I wish she was still around, because then I think things would have been a little bit different for me. But she's in a better place. She actually died when I was about 9 years old.
Wow, sorry to hear. And she influenced you so much.
She influenced me to be a good woman.
Oh, good for you.
And she, she always tell me that you're so beautiful. And my hair was so long back then. And she always said, don't cut your hair. Don't ever cut your hair. And so she used to give us this champi, we call it in Pakistan, but it's like a head massage. I don't know what you call it back then. But she used to get that oil and massage my hair. I think that was the best feeling. You can fall asleep. And I remember rocking me in a hammock as well. They had a hammock. And of course, the Noor Market, I remember taking me with her for egg ball. And I used to eat my share of the market with her.
Yes.
But she knew when I go home, I'll want
more,
again.
Yes.
So I always get an extra one.
You're smart.
Yes.
That's smart. That's smart thing to do.
Yes. I always say, I'm hungry. So she was like, okay, give her one to eat at the stall. Because they had like stalls set up and they was there. But then I always go home and eat again.
Reading your book and listening to your story, so much things are familiar with you. When I was a little boy growing up, I'm from Lenora.
You did say
I
that.
am from Lenora on the west coast of Demerara. So I used to sell, I always want to do something. I always want to make life. You know what I'm saying? So I used to buy cigarettes by the cartoons, and I used to go sell them in the night. And
was that legal to do?
I don't even know, but I don't care. I have to be somebody.
Yes.
And you know what's strange about that? You're talking about egg ball and so on. They have these ladies used to sell black pudding.
Oh, I love that too.
So guess what? These ladies at night, when the movie finished, they would call me and give me their black pudding, and I would tear it up.
Ooh.
So I have probably ate more black pudding than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So and when you talk about the egg ball and so on, it reminds me of me when I was a kid. I used to get 10 cents and go buy 10 cents, pull out or planet chip just for the sour. I love mango sour. So let's talk a little bit more about your mom. Or you know what? Let's talk about your uncle. I read your uncle is very good to you when you came to the United States.
So
how so?
today how family is. They said, I guess the first week you're a guest, and then after that, whatever, you become a pest or whatever,
Right.
right? But my aunt, who when we came, we stayed at her place. My mother's sister, Aunt Z, she's in the book.
Yes.
And my uncle Nazim Muhammad, he is a businessman. He actually have a real estate and a mortgage on Jamaica Avenue.
Yes, you told me, yes.
So when I came in this country, it was the first time in my life I have to earn for myself, work.
Right. Yeah.
Because when I was living in Guyana, no, I was never working. Well, pretty much I wanted to, but it wasn't an option. We didn't get that option to work, whatever. But yeah, coming here to America, like I said, I'm so excited. I want to go to America.
Yes.
I'm going to marry a white boy.
Oh, God.
I'm going to play with the snow.
Oh, God,
I'm going to get fair. I'm going to,
yes, you get white.
Growing up, you get white, right?
Yes.
So you grow up having all this excitement, expectation coming to America.
Yes.
And, you were like, the best thing, you coming to America was like a big thing back home.
Yes.
Everybody just coming to America. So when I came here, it was a whole different ballgame. My expectation wasn't what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was so different for me. And then I'm sure everyone can relate to this. I cried so much because I wanted to go back home.
That's everybody's story.
Everybody's story. So my aunt said after a month that you're going to have to look for a job for you. And I was like, what do you mean a job for me?
Yeah.
She said, yeah, you have to work here.
Yeah.
This is the American dream. You have to work, and then from that you save and you can build from that.
Absolutely.
So I said, okay, well, I'll take any job and I'll work. So she, there was a Rite Aid on 127. There was a Rite Aid there, and she talked to the manager and I got a job. So when I got the job, he said, you have to pack the shelves. You have to, there's nowhere to sit. You have to stand. You have to be on the floor. Yeah. And then I'll train you on the register. I did, I did whatever for the one day. And I went at the end of the shift. I said, I don't think I'll come back.
Oh, God.
I told him like that without, consulting with anybody at home. I said, I don't think I'm going to come back. This is not for me.
Right.
And he said, okay. So when I got home, I told my aunt that I'm not going to go back to work because it's hard. She said, but it's only your first day. Like anything else in life is going to be difficult at the beginning, but it will get easy. I'll talk to the guy. You go back tomorrow. I said, I'm not going back.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not going to go back. So, moving on, I got a job at a school. And I was an assistant teacher there.
Good for you.
On Jamaica Avenue. I spent 2 years on that job, and I fell in love because I love children. I love people. That's my field. And I went to my uncle's office for the very first time with my dad. And I liked it there. And he said, would you like to work here? And I said, yes, of course.
Yes.
So he said, okay, well, you have to, finish your week at the job and tell them you're leaving and whatever. I didn't know
do things properly.
Yeah, do things properly. So he was teaching me. That's where, I learned everything from him. You have to send in a letter, resignation letter and all. I have no clue about all these things. So he did it for me, and I submitted and I tell them that I really enjoy my time here, but I'm moving on to better, bigger and better things.
Yes.
And I started with him, and for me, that's where everything started. The journey started. Working for him was, so much fun. But I think that he gave me that exposure, to interact, to socialize, to get to meet people out in the street and learn street sense and survival skills and everything he taught me on working for him. And I spent, I think, about 5 years working for him. And so not just me, but why I recognize this man so much and have so much gratitude for him. He just didn't help me. He helped all of us that came to America. He gave all of us jobs. So many of us got married from him, bought a house from him, started a family from him, merged to, our opening our own businesses, go back to school and become the woman I am today, because he told me how important school is. Without an education in America, you're not going to have a good job.
Right.
And so he did all the paperwork, the enrollment form, and that's how, everything fall into place. Like I saw my husband, I got married, everything.
Yeah, we're
from
gonna
him.
dig into that piece there. I'm so interested to hear about
Yes.
that. But one of the things that I admire you for is that, and I started a book which I haven't completed
Yeah,
yet,
you did.
and when I was reading, and you show so much gratitude for your uncle, and I'm just going to ask you this question so that we can help our viewers. Do you think it's I know some of the answers, but I want you to help me share this. Do you think it's important to show gratitude to people? Let people know that you appreciate them.
Of course. You should live life with gratitude, starting with yourself, starting from the time you wake up in the morning and you can breathe and you can
Yes.
see and you can hear and you can speak. You give gratitude every morning for waking up, being on God's wake up list.
Yes.
And everything else you give, you start giving gratitude for. If you have to give gratitude, you're going to be giving, I would say, 20,000 things gratitude for. From the water you drink, the cup you get to drink it from, the food you eat, who make the food, every little thing you will give. So yes, gratitude is the way you're supposed to live your life, with gratitude.
Yeah, I think that coming to the United States, I came all by myself, nobody. My mother died while I was here, just 1 year. I came illegally. I couldn't travel back to her funeral. But one of the things I've always said that bring me this far is I've been always thankful and show gratitude to all those who paved the way for me.
Yes.
All the backs that I've crawled on, the shoulders I've stand on.
And you give gratitude for the people who didn't support you either.
Yeah. I want to, you spoke, by the way, this morning when I came home,
Mm-hmm.
one of my ex teacher, we were on the phone talking about you. She bought your book, so she read your book, and she was talking about you. I was trying to pull up what she had said, and she said you're strong, you brilliant girl, and so on. So which is a good thing. Your mom did not support you in a lot of things that you did in life, and one of the things that I have to tell you, so much things that you're doing just reminds me of you, and of the strong person that you are. How do you feel that you're an adult now, that mom did not support you in all the things that you were doing?
Well, for me, all my life, I had so many questions to begin with.
Right.
Why was I adopted? Why am I not shared the same love as you have for my sister? Why is she the golden child?
Right.
So much why, and I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what, but every time I approach my mom to have this conversation, she shuts me down.
Right.
She never gave me any explanation.
Mm-hmm.
All she said that you're just talking nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I love both of you the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen you would go out of your way for my sister.
Right.
You will show up for her.
Mm-hmm.
You will be there for her. You will tell her I love you. My sister is a good woman.
Uh-huh.
She's a beautiful young woman. But I'm the hardworking one. I'm the one who does everything. So I see it as a relationship that I have with their parents for namesake, and by religion, you have to respect your parents.
Absolutely.
And that's what I have for her. And I love her like I would love everybody else. But that mother-daughter relationship that we never really had, right? And that is why this book is incomplete and not complete, because it doesn't matter whatever happened after that. The marriage, the failures, relationship ups and downs, what I did in my life, what I didn't do. I blame her, because had the home been a safe place for me, or the door was always open for me, the decisions and the mistakes I have made in my life, probably I could have avoided them.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, in the same token, maybe I needed to make those mistakes to become the woman I am today, become the confident woman I am today, to become the successful woman I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say that no parental support I got. Not for my father, not for my mother, no family, no siblings, no one. Nothing was never handed to me. I worked very hard and I put in a lot of work, and I put aside that my expectation, mother love and all of that. And I start loving myself.
Yes.
And when you love yourself, when you understand deep what loving yourself means, what loving yourself is all about, it's not about putting on the makeup. It's not about putting on the best clothes. It's about giving yourself everything that you expect someone to give you. And so that made me kind of, be so strong that I wasn't crying anymore. I was not emotionally broken anymore. I wasn't looking for anything anymore. And, but I would love to have that mother and daughter relationship, because I think it's a beautiful thing when you can say that my mom got my back. My mom is my best friend.
Yes.
My mom is my biggest cheerleader.
Right.
My mom is my biggest supporter. At the end of the day, I don't care what the world sees me as, or what they, or how they treat me. I know when I go home, my home is filled with love. Right. I know that they are there for me no matter what. They got my back. Instead, I feel like the environment at home is toxic. It's not fulfilling. There is no peace. There is no harmony. And no child should live in an environment like that.
Correct. Like I said, I went through your book with a fine-tooth comb, and I could probably do an interview with you for 2 months with all the topics that we could really cover. I was surprised that your book was so small, because
today people are not writing Bibles.
Yeah, and why
people want to get a tea out of the story, and that's what you give them and move on.
And why I say that, because there are so many things that you went through and you came out victorious. When I read your book, the first thing that came to my mind, and you said it's incomplete, I said I would add another word to that. Right?
Complicated.
It's complicated. Your life is complicated. But yes, that's why I commend you, and I know that you said you're sharing your story so that you can help other people. So I'm not going to follow the things that I wrote to ask you a question. We're going to go with your time and your tide. For young girls who's going through the same exact thing that what you're going through, what would you advise them? But before you answer me, I am going through my own emotions as you're saying this, because I'll tell you something that, while I grew up in Guyana, and I wonder if it's a Guyanese thing, my dad always tell me blunt on my face, I don't like you. You're not my child. And I look just like my father. And, all the things he said, man, me don't cut last for you. When you get older, you got to cut last to go cut cane. But, serious, I was driving home, I'm wondering, and I'm telling myself, all the bad things that he told me, all the negative things, I took it and built a beautiful story that where I am now. When I went back to Guyana after 10 years, and I was showing him pictures of me while I was in America, he said, I don't want to see your picture. I want to see my other son picture. So I stop and take a deep breath. I was a star by then anyway, and I know my value. But I wanted to know, like you, can my dad give me an explanation why he didn't like me?
I don't think they ever will, and don't expect anything.
No, you would be surprised. If I be honest with you, I asked him and he didn't answer me. He never answered me. And today, while I was in the office working, and like I said, like me and you, like we like black, white and rice. I can like read you now, because today I was gonna tell you the same thing that you're telling me, that don't expect mom to change.
They're not gonna change.
They will not change. And why I say I'm glad I'm talking to you, because we can share a lot of things, and I know that I think I read it in your book. Sarah, for our viewers' sake, they have a saying that's saying, hurt people, hurt people. And if you're broken and you don't go and get help for yourself, what you do is you take that and take it on to your children, and the generation pass. It's like a generation curse.
Mm-hmm.
And so I applaud you for coming out and speak about this. And one of my teachers said, I really applaud your friend for coming out and speak about this. Did Mom ever get a chance to read your book?
Oh yeah, she was the first one.
Oh, really? Oh yeah. What was what she said?
She actually got the book was not even completed yet.
Yes.
And I don't know how she managed to get the first
really?
copy. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And you don't know?
No, I had no idea. I was talking to Sonia and I was telling her that I'm not sure how Mom got the book, and the book is not ready yet because there were some pictures we had to insert in the book and stuff. But she got the one like without the pictures or anything inside.
Right.
Forget about the whole journey with me and Mom.
Right.
We can't go and change the past. We can't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's ever too late.
Right.
Because when a child do something wrong, the parents expect you to ask for forgiveness.
Right.
The parents expect you to go and say you're sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And they will troll you for all the things you've done to them. Why is it not vice versa that a child can also get an apology or ask their parents for forgiveness and they have no problem giving it to them? You are a parent, but remember you were once a child as well, and you're still probably a child to a parent, right?
Right.
And you give birth to me. I didn't ask you to come into this world. And I think if a parent doesn't understand parental rights or parenthood or that journey, they shouldn't even attempt to bring a child into this world. Because when you're bringing a kid into this world, you are actually bringing a whole new creature. You are paving this path for this child. You are growing this kid up to live into this world. Ask yourself, how would I want my child to live? What would I want? I want the best for my kid, because when I give my kid my all, when I put the best in them and I put in the works, when I stood by them, that's where they grow up, and that is what they're going to pass along to their children.
Yes.
Right? But Mom and Dad always would say that you did wrong, you cut school, you did this, you do that. And I would say, but I'm sorry. And I would apologize and still get the hatred from them.
Yes. While we're doing this show too, I also want our viewers to go on Amazon.com and you will find the book Incomplete by Sara Khalil. And I know Sonia Noel is my friend too. So we want to big up Sonia for doing her part in making sure that your book is published.
Made this book even extra special.
Aww.
She's such a sweetheart. She's a good mentor. She's a good friend. She taught me to be confident.
Yes.
I always tell you, I'm a good writer. I can write anything on paper, but coming in front of a camera and mic is all new to me. Like, if I can stay away from this, I'm the happiest person.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I know at some point I have to be out here. And thanks to her, thanks to my IT guy, Trevor, who's here.
Yes.
They helped me along this journey and made it, easier for me. So I want to say thank you to them.
Yes. And that's a good thing. I know Trevor, not when I said no Trevor. I saw Trevor already. In fact, to be honest with you, I was listening to but the thing is that when I go on these shows, I just stay quietly. I really don't, sometimes I don't let people know I'm watching. But if there is something that I want a point to get across that I could help, I do. So I used to watch Trevor, and what the other guy named that wasn't there, on Chutney's show, George. I listened to George and Trevor, so that's a good thing. You have a son.
Yes.
I want to ask you about your son. Not a lot. In terms of your motherhood, you become this mother now.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know, how has motherhood been to you?
Great, because I instill everything that I didn't get.
All right.
First
Love
of
that.
all,
Yes.
to my child.
Yes.
And I'm going to be the biggest support for him.
Yes.
And everything that I missed out in my life, I
Right.
make sure that he gets all of it, and he doesn't even have to worry about anything in his life, because no matter where he goes, what he does,
Yes.
he has mommy home to come home to.
Yes.
He have my arms. He have my shoulder to cry
Beautiful.
on. I am his biggest cheerleader. And because, like I said, no one show up for me when I was going through,
Your
my
thing.
share of problem. And I was at my lowest when I was going through that turmoil, that despair moment in my
Yes.
life. He was 5 years old and he understood what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And
Really?
yeah, and when I used to cry, he used to say, Mom, but I'm here, I'm your
Aw.
friend. So he became my best friend. But then again, sometimes you don't want your children to know too much at that age. It was a tender age. You would think that fighting in a home, even behind closed doors,
Mm-hmm.
or try to hide it from a kid,
Right.
that child would not know. I'm telling you, these creatures are so smart.
Yes.
They know a lot more than you think they know,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so he knew that mom and dad is fighting, and that's why dad is no longer living with us.
Mm-hmm.
And being a single mom and had to go through that, it was very, very, very difficult for me, because I never knew or how, to deal with a situation like that, being a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
But today, single mothers, we rock. We're
Right.
becoming leaders. We're taking on leadership.
Mm-hmm.
We're more vocal.
Yes.
We're evolving. We're growing. We are getting smarter, and we are doing very well. We're doctors, we're nurses,
Absolutely.
we're teachers.
And you're a
we're
social
everything.
worker
Yes,
by
we
profession?
are everything, because we decided that we're going to do this with or without a man.
Mm-hmm.
And today I would proudly say behind an ambitious woman is herself.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that, yourself. And I'm always tell my wife the same thing. I keep fighting with Geeta every day. Can you please drive? I bought a BMW for her. I wasn't driving for a whole probably 2-3 years. And reading back your book a little bit today, I was like, you're the right way. You do things that you said, and I will try to go back to that book just now. But guys, please go ahead and make sure this show make a difference. We're going to buy a lot of books, so I'll be very happy for her. Also, I want to say that I was very surprised that you went into 2 marriage. Here it is, a beautiful girl. This morning I took your picture and I was like telling my coworkers, them social worker and nurses, I says, look, I'll be talking to this pretty girl tonight. If that was my wife, I would not touch her like that. I would eat her raw. I'm telling you, I had them cracking up.
Oh my goodness.
I'm that kind of guy. I like to bring some essence and thing. I said, and oh God, I'm funny. Like,
I'm
who's
sure your
watching?
life
I
has
said,
a lot of spice in it.
oh yeah, yeah. I
Spicing it
spice
up.
it up. I
We
don't
have
play.
to have a special show for that one.
Oh Jesus, my wife, no. I said I stand by her from the toe. Oh,
Oh,
that's too
Jesus.
much. Lord
Oh.
Jesus. So,
Okay, this is becoming 21 plus. So.
Yeah. So, yes, I'm seeing you so pretty, beautiful, educated, smart. I want, for our viewers' sake, on a serious note, what was your inner core value was like to be in this relationship? And you are the star, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You're standing up for yourself. You're doing great things. You open an organization, which we will
yeah.
talk about in a bit. But how did you get into all of this when you started the first husband? And you talk whatever you want to talk.
So for me, like I said, I wasn't happy at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like going home, your mom is upset. You can't watch TV too late. My dad said daytime is for a girl child to walk, but nighttime you have to be at home.
Right.
So there were no such as a nightlife for me. But the home was never a happy place. So I wanted to run away from home.
Right.
I wanted to look for that love outside. I wanted to think that marriage probably was the way out back then, I should say.
A lot of people think that way.
Yeah, because if you get freedom in your home, if you get to be the child you want or the girl you want, and know that your parents are there for you, man, it's no other love like that.
Right, right.
And you come home to a home where you share a movie with your family, you're having a dinner with them, they're hugging you, they're kissing you, they're cheering you on.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go out looking for anything because and the same thing with a relationship. They say if a man is not happy home with his wife, that's how he go out and seek for relationships outside, which I still think it's a wrong approach.
Right.
But
we can't encourage that.
No, we can't.
Work on your grass.
So I was not, and probably that was not the right thing to do. But if it was, like I said, for me, I believe now that everything in your life happened for a reason. Everything that happened to you was in your destiny.
Yes.
And so when I met Mike, he was a sweetheart, full of love. You think he was the best thing.
Yeah, you get a new
best
broom.
husband. And so, I like him very much, but because he was Hindu, that was a big controversy in the home.
Right.
My father said no, over my dead body, and if you get married to him, I will disown you.
Really?
Yeah. So, but again, I really, at that time, I don't think it was love. It was more like lust, infatuation, seeking a way out. But you can't go live with a man like that. For me, I have to get married to him.
Right.
So I tell Mike, I said, I can't, just come and move in with you. I have to get married to you.
Right.
So he
I
said,
think that's the proper thing to do.
Right. So he said, okay, well, you know what? We can do one thing. I can have my uncle and you can have your uncle. And we go to City Hall and we'll get married. So
you're smart,
young, naive. And, I said, okay, let's do it. So we did. It was in May or June, I believe. June. June month is my birthday, by the way. I'm a Cancer. So it happened. I think it was June month. I didn't know how to go home and tell my parents I am married.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I used to go and hang out with him at his place. I'm legally his wife, but I'm going home to my parents' house to sleep.
Jesus of Nazareth.
So, yes. So then he went on June, July, August is approaching. He said, his uncle said, this is not the right way.
Right.
You have to go and let the parents know that you guys are married. I'm so scared. I said, no, wait, later. But I told my mom, and she said, you're kidding me. You're going to make me get a heart attack right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, I don't know how I'm going to tell your father you're married. How? When do you do this?
And you were a little piece of girl too?
I was very skinny. I was size 0, I think, then. So,
oh, gosh. Yeah.
But Mike wanted to get married at City Hall. Yeah. That was the way to get the green card. Remember, the book is on that.
Yeah,
so, of course, he wanted that. So, finally, one day, I think it was a Sunday, he came over with his uncle and his wife. And my parents, my mom knew, so she knew they were coming.
Yes.
And we all sat in the living room and we were talking. And then she said, are you going to tell your dad now? And my dad, he never smiled.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and at that time, he looked like he was much more in anger mood.
Yeah.
Because I brought a guy home, which never ever happened. So he knew something was up. So I said, Dad, this is Mike. He said, I know.
Oh, Lord.
I see. He told me his name already. What do you have to tell me? I said, well, we got married.
Oh, Lord. Pandemonium break loose in the house now. I didn't
get it trashing in front of them, but I did get it after, even though I was married.
Yes.
So he said, okay, well, you're a big woman now. Just pack your clothes and go with them. So I'm like,
and you're happy about this now.
Yeah, but I wasn't really happy because I want to leave the home.
You want their blessing. You want their blessing.
I want to get married.
Yes.
So, my mom, she told him to calm down and let's talk. Let's get her married. He said she already married.
Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
she married. She bigger more than me and you.
Mhm.
She had the parent. I'm
How
the
old
kid.
were you then?
25.
Oh, you big girl then, man. Listen,
Yeah.
you know.
So
But let me tell
anyway, going on. I did.
But let's
get
go now.
married.
Let me tell you the best part of the book that I love to read. That I love. She says, we were having our first kiss when suddenly I noticed my mom outside of the window on the sidewalk below. I panicked as I heard her making her way in, coming up the stairs. It was 2 p.m. Mom did not usually come home until 4 p.m. I realized in a flash that there's no way to hide him, as we lived in our second floor in two-bedroom apartment unit. Mike and I ran into my bedroom and I pushed him into my closet and advised him to stay there. How long was he in that closet?
Mike was in that closet probably over 15 minutes.
Lord Jesus.
So
yeah.
he couldn't stay in the closet anymore. He
Right.
said he was
Oh, really?
feeling suffocated.
What?
So he came out.
Lucky thing he didn't want to pee.
Yeah, but he did came out.
Yes.
And that's how Mom found him.
You know, probably the best thing is to, tell about that. And truth of the matter is to be told that sometimes parents doesn't help in any way. You're 25, that's good age to get married, I would want to feel. But Lord, if that I was the guy, I would say, girl, let's go from City Hall, let's go home.
No, I was, like I said, I was raised in a very religious home.
Yes.
And my dad is a very religious man.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a difference too.
So I still wanted to do things the right way.
Of course,
absolutely. There could have been so many other things I could have done, like, get an apartment, move out on my own and start living and stuff. But I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted to maintain the respect. At the end of the day, doesn't matter what happened. I have to respect my parent. I kept that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just couldn't deal with the unhappiness at home.
Wow.
That was the only problem I had with them.
Yeah, you want to run.
And I have questions for that, like a lot of questions, like you said, too.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even ask them those questions, how scared I am of them.
Mm-hmm.
And still.
Wow. And you did all of this for Mike. How did Mike treat you when he got you? Was you like the queen now?
Yes.
Oh, really?
At the beginning,
yes.
Even though I believe that, two people who marry, like I said, from the opposite comparison or have differences.
Mm-hmm.
It's, for me, I like that because you get to learn from your partner. You don't have everything in common. It's great because you get to learn new things. You get to experience new things with them. So Mike was so into cricket.
Oh, yeah.
And I love to go, every Sunday and watch.
Where Mike was from, by the way, for our viewers' sake. Which country?
Mike was Guyanese.
Oh, he was Guyanese.
Yes.
I have to tell you this, and Lord forgive me. At the job, every day people coming to me by a Guyanese, them coolie man, like beat them wife up.
It's such
and drink rum.
It's true.
It is so true. And then right now, like we have a 4 or 5 Guyanese in our place. But I mean, I really don't get embarrassed because that does not define who I am really. But it's a culture that we really need to eradicate. And I'm glad that you're talking about. Go ahead and talk about Mike now.
So I feel we do a lot of things that we need to stop doing for society. It doesn't matter anymore what society think of us. At the end of the day, society have their own life to live. Society is breeding for themselves.
Right.
You're breeding for you. Everything starts with you. When you're looking for the results in any problem and you're looking in the mirror, you're looking at the result right there.
Right.
You is the problem. You is the damn solution.
Yes.
Don't expect anyone to come to fix it. Nobody is coming. And I said that on my post yesterday. This is your life. Live in your truth.
Yes.
Believe in yourself.
Amen.
Believe that you have the ability, an incredible ability us human beings do have. To shape ourselves into anything we want. Like I said, be like Bruce Lee. Be like water.
And be like me. Listen, I tell people I'm not that handsome guy, but I will go anywhere and think I'm the blackest crow there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so back then, for me again, was not this confident girl.
Right.
Wasn't this girl who have a voice today.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was living on people's opinion, what families say to do, that what we should do this way and do it that way. That was my life back then. So married to Mike, my aunt would say, go to the cricket ground with him.
Mm-hmm.
If he's taking a drink, you take a drink with
Oh, no,
him
that's a
too.
big story now.
So you avoid, if he's a barman, and to keep him away from the bar, be spicy at home, like you said.
Yes.
Keep the chemistry going,
Yes.
keep the fire burning, keep it lit,
Yeah.
and you're gonna keep a man. Wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You can do all of that, and if a man wants to go out and cheat, he will go out and cheat.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if you're beautiful. You can be the best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If a man wants, if that's in his nature, if that's who he is, because you can change everything, but if you don't change your mindset, you can change nothing at all.
Yes.
You can change location, you can change your hair color, you can paint your face into whatever color to look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But if your mindset is still telling you you're ugly, you're ugly.
Right. Yes.
So I try to change Mike, and I try to maneuver things around that Mike and I can have a better life, but nothing worked because he was just adamant of getting his green card. So everything at the beginning up to getting the green card was good. I was treated like a queen, yes. Mike catered everything in the home for a wife.
Mm-hmm.
And went up to the point when I was pregnant. And even after getting Jaden, I was the one who was home as a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
Mike was the only, the one working, financially providing.
Mm-hmm.
And he would actually get up at night and take care of Jaden and give me that comfort of sleeping in and all of that. So he was good until he get the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Green card.
Which was his green card.
Jesus. Yes. I'm looking for a nice song to play for us, but so that I'll give you a little break too. But while I have to keep the conversation going. So, did Mike really? You and him left how long now?
9 years.
Do you and him keep in touch?
No.
Your son and him in touch?
Yes. My son is with him right now.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Do you, and I'm asking these questions so we can help those who are listening to us. Do you think it's a good thing to have co-parenting where
that shouldn't even be a question. Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking because I know that there is a
not for
relationship
you, but
where
for people who want to know, yes.
where,
you did not bring this child alone, right? They said it takes two.
Right.
And so a mother have her duty and a father have the same.
Yes.
A husband is equally to his wife.
Absolutely.
A father is equally to the mother.
Mm-hmm.
A man is equally like a woman. I mean, a man is equally to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's superior than anyone.
Absolutely.
So if I am taking care of Jaden 5 days in the week, you can grab him on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You need to help me raise this child together.
That's a good.
And we don't have to be under the same roof to do that, because a child would rather be in 2 happy homes than in a 1 unhappy home. Any day, any time.
I am glad you say that, because guess what? I'm now thinking, do you think that a child could be damaged from staying in an abusive relationship?
Absolutely, because he's going to think hitting a woman is okay because dad did it to mom.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to think that, walking out of my wife's life for 2-3 weeks and coming back home, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay to disrespect a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to tarnish someone's character. It's okay to pick up a wood and beat the shit out of somebody.
Right.
Because I grew up seeing my dad did that.
Your
or
dad
my
too?
mom did that. No, I'm just giving an example.
Okay. All right. You just got me scared there.
No. But yeah, my dad did pick up a wood and he beat me before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anything.
Wow. Let's get a song. I think I see a nice Senator Popo. is one of my
Are you gonna
favorite
play
songs.
Mother's Love?
You wanna?
No.
Let's see if we can get a nice song to play a nice song.
Is that the break for us?
Yeah, you could take a deep breath.
Hi, Fran. Good. Enjoy.
Hey, how are you, man? Good to see you too. Yeah.
Nice setup.
Oh, thank you. I am not there's a lot of I just actually was telling her I just finished doing my living room, so I have to get a new desk, I have to get a new mixer, so I'm now setting up things, and this is my background with all my awards and so on, awards and so on. I'm a bar judge.
I can see.
Yeah, so I judge bars and then I show bars too. Yeah, man. So I'm trying to do things that I should do, because my DJ who was with me, he was all over the place. The thing is this guy, I just throw him out. I couldn't believe it.
But she told me, maybe we can work together and do some stuff.
Yeah.
She goes digital marketing.
Oh really?
Like, she means I go for a pretty much help her get
Oh really? Yeah.
all of this stuff. This is my kind of thing.
Oh really? So yeah, man. When I'm ready, I have to first. I'm working on getting a desk and 2 new chairs, because when we were doing the living room, the chair all get dust and everything. So now I'm setting it up. So if I just because you got dust and so on, it's that when you do housework.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm interviewing her. I read her book and it's so interesting. Interested,
She's been through a lot.
Huh?
She's been through a lot. A lot of people they keep it down.
Yeah.
She's brave enough to step forward and put it on a major platform. Yeah. To learn from it.
Wow. Yeah, but so I hope to grow, man. I'm doing well. Last night I did a live. I got over 10,000 people. I covered the Prime Minister for Guyana last night.
From
Freeport.
I was supposed to go.
Oh really?
But we ended up getting family coming from California last minute. So
yeah. So I bring the live. I'm lucky. I put 13,000 now for the 2. I did 2 segments. So I was surprised I didn't start me today. You're not work with you. I don't see it at the show.
I decided to leave because originally it was supposed to be helping people.
Oh, okay.
So, the whole big promises of helping, but then we start going a different direction. And then,
I see.
about it, so I just...
Yeah, I thought that what happened for you. Yeah. You all right?
Feel it.
How are you? How you doing? Some spice, some question, huh?
Oh, God. Thanks. They're hearing us. I don't know, probably from this thing here. All right, so I don't know which one is probably. That's our day.
Anyway, what has to happen?
You can sit on that.
You want to come back? I could. We could.
So, how do you want to do the second part?
What do you want to do?
Ask the viewers if they want to ask the question. Are we back live?
Not yet. Yeah, we still are. You want to talk about your organization a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got something. Welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show. I'm sorry that you guys were hearing a little bit there. I don't know what went on. We couldn't silence anything. But, good to have you guys back on. So, Sarah, let's talk about abusive relationship. I have just a couple questions for you. Do you believe that women should stay in abusive relationship because of children?
No, absolutely not. Nope.
And like I said, do you think that children get traumatized from being in the relationship?
They do.
They do.
Yes.
You said, I read in your book where you said that your son, he was acting out in school a little bit.
Yes, because a kid told him that you don't have a dad in your life.
Well, and that was they got some cold-hearted children out there, right?
That's when I said earlier, children do know. They understand. They know what divorce is today. They know everything.
Yes.
At a very young age. Technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would advise women out there, if you are in an abusive relationship, think about your life first. Then think about what you're doing to your child.
Right. Absolutely.
It's destroying them.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, it's a mental toll on them.
Was there any time that you had to get treatment for your son?
No, not with medication.
Okay.
But I did have to take him to therapy.
In terms of you being in this situation with Mike, did you at any time have to get? Oh yes, I think I read where you were depressed a little bit.
I was depressed. I was in depression for 3 months.
Okay.
Suicidal crossed my mind.
Really?
Yes.
So this is serious business we're talking about now.
Yeah. Like this is. I mean, the first session was, getting warm up.
Right.
But let's get down to business.
Yes.
When you're going through any phase in your life,
mm-hmm.
and if you don't have support, it's a darkest place you can possibly, I'm telling you, putting
mm-hmm.
yourself into.
Mm-hmm.
I have a big family, both sides.
Mm-hmm.
No one was there for me. No one showed up.
Mm-hmm.
My parents' door were closed. The first door that closed.
Wow.
I had nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody to speak with.
Wow, that's sad.
No shoulder to cry on.
Mm-hmm.
And all I could think about was my son.
Wow.
I have to live for him.
Yes.
And I did. And let me tell you how I did it. I wake up one morning and I said to myself,
mm-hmm.
I asked first 2 questions to God. Why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why me? First question. And second question, what is my purpose?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question, though. What's your purpose in life?
When you don't know your purpose, when you don't know where the hell you're going, what you're doing, there is no life. There is
mm-hmm.
nothing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up that morning, took a shower,
mm-hmm.
and I said to myself, this is nonsense. I'm going to stop crying. I'm going to stop worried. Because if they're not worried, if they're happy wherever
mm-hmm.
they chose to go.
Yes.
Why am I not happy?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know any better back then. Right?
Wow.
But I taught myself. I built a shield for myself to
mm-hmm.
protect my heart from being broken again.
Mm-hmm.
I learned to discover myself.
Mm-hmm.
I start educating myself. I start Google. I start reading up a lot. And I said, this is my life. I'm in control of me.
Right. Absolutely.
What I want to be, not another man's wife. I want to be successful.
Right.
I want to show the people that close doors in my face, that threw dirt on my name.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny that I'm going to be one of the best thing ever that you lost, and you're not going to get to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will. And I was so determined.
Mm-hmm.
And I start manifesting, putting my goals down, changed my entire mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a saying, you can become whatever you want to become.
So true. I agree.
You just have to want to become that thing badly.
Mm-hmm.
Start walking, and God is going to pave the way for you.
True.
Get up and start walking is the first step. There is such thing as escape.
There is.
Of course there is.
So you don't have to stay in an abusive
You
relationship.
don't have to stay anywhere you don't want to be. And
Mhm.
nobody can make you stay. No relationship is perfect. None. It takes a lot of work. Relationship is a second job.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of work.
Especially if you have a partner that doesn't understand you.
Yes. And being married doesn't mean that the wife is made for the kitchen and the bedroom.
Oh,
only.
Lord, let me hear that, please.
You understand?
Yes.
Because we work, we provide. All responsibility and duties should be equally shared.
Mm-hmm.
Respect. And also for some women out there, your husband is not your ATM machine.
All right.
They're not your punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the garbage can.
Yes.
They demand the same respect and rights as you too. Because
Yes.
they have a saying, when a man cry, he get no shoulder to lean on, because people think you're a man. You're strong.
Yes.
But if a woman start dropping tears, she get everyone's shoulder to cry on. So I'm not just gonna sit here and talk about our women alone. There are some men who've been going through the same thing we have.
Right.
My
So
why
true.
for writing the book is because if I want, and I know that this book will inspire and motivate people around the world. Because you can overcome. You can be your own cheerleader. You can be the biggest supporter for yourself.
Yes. We have our viewers. We are not paying. Not that we left them aside, but it's going so good. We want to say good evening to Rowena Lal. She says, very true. Men goes through stuff as well. Juliet Williams, good afternoon, and thanks for watching the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. Raymond Yakub, good afternoon, and my very good friend Priya Prasad is watching all the way from Guyana. A young girl who is trying her very best to be a great human being. And she is a great human being. Naomi Ramdas, my sister, and my sister in Canada, saying, so sorry you had no one to help you, but so glad you made it to where you are today. Be proud. We have him, Lord, some name sometime. Himalal Noel, good afternoon. To my very good friend Dominique Ojuk. She is watching Nigerian, and it's always good to have her here. Anthony Timel, I know that name. Good afternoon, and would love to invite you to share your depression story on our Depression to the Impression series. That's Priya. We have, let's see, to my good friend, and I know, oh God, thank you, Roxanne Hamilton is watching. She took this afternoon off. She asked a friend to stay to work for her so she could get to listen to your story. So thank you very much, my dear Roxanne.
Thank you.
Yes, she said, hello, Ken and guess. Let's see, we just got off work, so I'm glad that you did. I agree, absolutely, not to stay in abusive marriage. Let's see, Guavaman is watching. He says, Nicki Minaj's dad, who was into Trinidadian, was abusive due to rum, but many non-Caribbean people view Guyanese and Trinidadian in Queens as this, which is really sad. And yes, always like to get Guavaman's take on things on the show. Let's see, we have Pierre said, yes, oh God, I'm so sorry you guys was here. Thank God it was not talking anything bad. So yes, thank you very much for watching the show. Let's continue our discussion where we left off. Sorry if I, cut you off.
Oh no, it's okay.
I always say the Ken Rampersaud Show is everybody, all our viewers, that makes this unique,
Oh yeah.
So we were talking to, you remember where we left off? Or you want? So
we were talking about when Mike and I was married.
Right. Also, with the depression, and which is sad, did you take medication? You had to no.
No.
You just okay. And why I asked that, I want to tell our viewers, and I'd like to anytime anything where I could teach a little bit. Anytime you're going through depression, you can do therapy. You can get a talk therapy where you go and you speak to your counselor and let them know exactly what's going on, or they could put you on for medication for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, or if it's that bad, a couple of years. You don't have to stay on medication for a long time. So yes, also if it's left untreated, like Sarah, depression can lead to suicide, and I read where she was cutting herself and so on. So how did you take care of your own self?
Well, like I said, that morning changed my entire life because I found my purpose. I found my why. And I look back and I said, all of these things that I've been through was part of my journey because this is where I needed to be. This book had to be written. And we are the author of our own life. And every day is a story. Every moment is actually a story.
Right.
And sometimes we just give up the pen too soon or too easy. Right? I learned from my journey that you don't blame anyone for anything. Look at it as something positive. Look at it with look at it that if you had not gone through these stuff, you would never would be here where you are today.
True.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah.
I looked at all of them back then. I said, I'm not going to ever forgive them. I would never, never see them the same way again. And today, my ex-husband, the second one, came to just tell me how proud he is of me.
Oh, that's a good thing.
So,
what did you do? How did you feel when he came and tell you that?
Well, he actually wanted to see me face to face, but I didn't go. So I just talked to him on the phone.
Okay.
While he was in front of the house.
If he come back to you and said, honey, listen to me, I really messed up. I want you to forgive me. Can you take me back?
When I throw my garbage out, I don't.
Oh, Lord Jesus, you. Go ahead. Talk to me.
When I throw my garbage out, I don't go back and pick it up and put it back inside. It's gone.
Lord. You're bad, But you're right. Don't lick your vomit, it's sour your stomach.
No, you don't spit and pick it back up, do you?
Not at all. No, not at all. I and I'm glad that I
take care of myself because at the end of the day, I'm Sarah. I have to do every single thing for me, just like you have to do everything for you.
Right.
And if you want to be the best thing out there, you have to put in the work.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And I said to myself, I know who I want to be and where I want to be. And it will never be another man's wife. I am going to be the next and the only brown leader out there. And I will be that. Wow. I want to be a legend.
All right.
And I will be a legend one day. Because if you read in the book, I was never one of these little girls who had a fairy tale dream of, the white picket fence and children and the perfect house and the perfect marriage and the handsome guy. I wanted to always be like a businesswoman. I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be successful.
Can you be successful without being rich?
And my mom said to me, well, find a rich man and get married the other day. And I said, I am my own rich man.
All right.
I don't need a man. I need a companion.
Oh, yeah. You young girl.
But,
Yeah, you probably getting hit. No, I can't say that.
Oh, God.
Lord, every way you turn, somebody was like, Jesus, hi, can I get your number, whatever, just because you are very attractive. And I like to say that I always like to give people the compliment that they so deserve. Reading, and I don't want to give away everything on the book. I want people to go and buy the book and read it. But something that really makes sense to me. Too often we underestimate the power of touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, like I just did, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn life around. I really do believe in that statement.
Yes. It's true. Nothing is wrong giving someone a compliment.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe in, hurting people that you will get satisfaction from that.
Mhm.
I feel if you give joy even in pain, which I've learned, give
Right.
joy in pain.
Pain. Mm.
Yes. It's such a self relief.
Yes.
You don't ever worry about things that you cannot control. Worry about the thing that you can control, what is right in front of you in this moment. Don't
Mhm.
worry about anything else. Don't think about the job tomorrow. Everything, whatever is meant to be and what's to come will come, will be.
Mhm.
Will be, will come.
Yes.
You can't control if we will be here in the next hour, but we're here now. So let's do the best show now.
Yes.
Let's enjoy ourselves now. Live in the moment. Compliment each other. Be kind. Be humble. Be loving. Be supportive. We're supposed to be each other keeper and each other protector, right?
Yes. Yes.
And the conclusion in this entire book is that I know where I came from,
Mhm.
and I know a lot of women been through this marriage where mostly men, I would say,
Mhm.
coming from the third world country, and they just they're married, they have their wife back home, they have their family back home, but they're so manipulative that you believe that they're in this for the long haul, for long term, for the real reasons, when
Mhm.
actually they're not. And after they get that green card, the alien status,
Mhm.
you become the nobody. And so many women left broken and cannot even heal yet from it.
Oh, that's tough.
And healing takes time. Everyone heals differently. I remember when I was going through it, I didn't want to live anymore. I was just so ashamed. Okay, one marriage, it's okay. Two,
Mhm.
divorce. What is wrong with me? What am I? Am I not pretty? Am I not intelligent? Am I not a good wife?
Mhm.
I've been the best wife. Who the hell get up in the morning, make breakfast and pack lunch and think about starting dinner? So make sure that your husband, when he comes home, there is a clean house, there's clean sheets on the bed,
Love it.
there's food on the table,
Mhm.
and then you want to go extra spicy to spice it up some evening, and then all you hear, I'm going to be home late. I am working late.
Oh Lord.
I am not going to be home on time. You have your dinner while you're in someone's else's bed.
Mm. That's fire, girl. Look at you.
Or I'm not coming home, but then you never ever show up back home.
Wow. Oh, I am so glad you say that. It reminds me. So your first husband, he did not tell you a long time ago, that he's gonna leave. He just pick up and go with his mom.
Yes.
Right? You see, I'm getting things coming to my head. How did you felt when he said that to you? But you know what? I was getting a little upset with his mother.
See, people tells me that mother hold on to their son,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't let go.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want another woman to take their son away.
Really?
Right? And all these stories that they
Mhm.
said about mothers. No. You can fulfill them in certain areas.
Mhm.
You can give them that intimacy.
Mhm.
You can be their wife.
Mhm.
And so instead of trashing a woman out there or telling your son to find a good woman,
Mhm.
raise your son first to be a damn good man.
Mhm.
And he will find himself a good woman. That's a mother first duty.
Mhm.
Don't look for good woman for your son. Invest in making your son a good man first, and he
Beautiful.
will attract a good woman.
Mhm. Love that.
And leave your children, parents, let them make mistakes. Let them become whatever they want to become.
Mhm.
Let they fall and learn to get up on their own. Don't hold on to your children and blame another human being for their mistake, or don't attack your daughter-in-laws, or don't attack your son-in-law, because some of us women, we're very abusive too. It goes both ways, not just the
Yes.
men.
Right.
And I get trolled a lot that I'm, only defending women. I'm not defending. I'm both gender. I'm speaking
Right.
openly too.
Mm-hmm.
Men came to me and when I was in Atlanta and cried that they came out of 2 failed marriages because their wives were the abusers
Mm-hmm.
and they loved them very much.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked.
You know, and I'm asking you this question because I know you're a mother. I know one day you'll be a mother-in-law. There are so much things around all of this. What's your goal when you get your daughter-in-law? How will you treat this relationship?
When I get there, I will see. Like I said, I don't know what tomorrow may bring, so
Right.
I can't say. But if I live to see he get
Right.
married, and I do have a daughter-in-law, I just want her to respect my son as much as my son must respect her.
Mm-hmm.
And I want my daughter-in-law to be a financially independent woman. So if my son were to do something like this,
Mm-hmm.
she can pick up herself and go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to encourage every young girl, woman. It doesn't matter what job you do. Get a job.
Yeah.
Be financially independent.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first step. It doesn't matter who your father is. It doesn't matter who your brother is. It doesn't matter who your husband may be. It doesn't matter who the man in your life is. What matters is that you need to go out and be financially independent to secure yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first start. So whenever a man decides to drop you, you are good. Because why? A lot of wives said they stay in the abusive marriage
Mm-hmm.
because my husband is the only provider.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I going to go? I don't work. I don't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
So you are telling me you can't leave so you would rather take abuse every single day, but because you're not working, or the question is you don't want to work. You're so comfortable being home doing nothing
Mm-hmm.
that you would rather take the abuse and stay there.
Mm-hmm.
No, we are trying to help women
Mm-hmm.
to get out of situation like this, first by finding jobs for them, and second, find a safe place for them who are really in abusive situation. I'm talking about.
Yes.
And we spoke about this.
Mm-hmm.
And my first step, you have to get a job. I don't care what job you get.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone likes Friday to receive that paycheck.
Oh, but
you forget about the whole damn work week, how hard and stressful, but when you get the paycheck, it gives you that nice feeling. Money is everything, right?
I remember you talking about your first check. Talk to me about your first check.
My first check was the happiest day in my life because
Really?
it's not about. When your husband decides to leave you, it's one thing. But when he decides to leave you with 79 cents, that's a big shame.
So you got 79 cents, your husband.
So, yeah, 79 cents was
you have
left
no shame.
in the bank with a child.
Wow. What can you do with 79 cents? Or what did you do?
The question should be, what did you do from 79 cents to become the woman you are today?
All right, let's go.
Because I have a good job.
Yes.
I can work. And at that time, I didn't think about getting a job as a social worker. Any job was offered to me, I was going to take because I have to provide for my son. I had to find money so that this child can survive, can live.
Mm-hmm.
And my first paycheck that day was the best thing. I would never, ever forget the feeling.
McDonald's?
McDonald's sure did.
I was so impressed that despite it was your first check, that you able to take $5 out of your paycheck and you give
I
it
was
to
raised
old
that
lady.
way, that every Friday my father used to give a beggar or a child a little bit of money because he considered luck and blessing.
I
Every
say
Friday.
luck. I say blessing.
Blessing.
I
would
say blessing.
Blessing.
I don't
would
believe
say.
in luck no more.
Oh, don't say that.
I believe in blessing. I seriously.
See, not everyone can. Everyone wants to be successful, but not everybody can be successful. And they would say, "Your luck. It was written in your destiny."
Mhm.
Or what's for you, you will have, or what's not for you, you wouldn't have. All right? Do you believe in that?
You know, I'm glad you asked that. Let me tell you something, and I get serious saying this. When you talk about luck, and I talk about luck, yes, it's good to be lucky, whatever, but I believe that your luck is the opportunity you get and what you do with it. Let me tell you something, and I get like how you get just now. Everything that come to my way, I take it and run. You hear what I said?
See, you have to look for the opportunity. Opportunities
Yes.
will come.
Yes.
Okay?
Mhm.
Because if you missed out on an opportunity, somebody's waiting there to grab it. So I believe when God closed doors on you,
Mhm.
because he have better plans, better doors opening up for you.
Mhm.
Right? And I'll say this. Don't worry about when God removes people from your life, because trust me, what you don't see, he does.
Can I give you an amen for that?
What you don't know, he knows.
Oh Lord Jesus, yes.
Okay?
It's something that's going on.
Yes.
For me,
And
I see
have
people,
learned, I have grown, evolved a lot through my journey.
Yes.
Confidence is good to have, but just be yourself. Be who you are.
Mhm.
Be authentic.
Yes.
Automatically, you will draw attention.
Mhm.
But confidence is really good to have. It's one of the best accessories, and you should wear it well.
Yes.
That when you walk into a room, you must have, people attention.
Mhm.
And fear nothing.
Mhm.
Don't fear anything. Just fear God.
Yes.
Just be the best version of yourself. Be anything you want to be.
Best version of yourself.
Be aggressive if you want to be. Be a fighter. Be your own cheerleader. Take on as much as you can handle, though.
Sarah, one of the things I see in life is that people like me and you, those who striving for excellence, there is someone who will say something negative.
No
How
matter
do
what
you
you
deal
do,
with the
Ken,
negative people?
it doesn't matter how good of a human being you are.
Mhm.
Somebody will have something to say. You will be misunderstood.
Mhm.
People will think what they want to think of you.
Mhm.
You just have to learn to be louder than those loud noise out there,
Mhm.
so that you can't hear them.
Mhm.
Like I said, this is your life.
Mhm.
This is not, and the same way somebody is going to come and tell you something someone says.
Mhm.
It's the same thing, they're going to go to somebody else and talk about you.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it goes on like that,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what we do in this world. Somebody will always have something to say about you.
Mhm.
Are you going to keep living like that?
Mhm.
No.
I just remember this story, and I hope that you could give me your best insight of it.
Sure.
And it's really bothering me, and it touches me so much. And I'll tell you why. And it's a true story, but I'm not going to call no names. Here it is. I have a very good friend who, his wife here went and marry him and bring him from Guyana. And, she claimed so much abuse from him. They have their home together, a house together. And there's a lot of cursing and so on. I did share that with you. I'm talking about that same story.
Yes, I heard it.
The young lady doesn't want to leave the relationship despite she is sleeping in the living room, he's sleeping on the bed. And a lot of things going on, a lot of verbal abuse going on. Police was involved.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Mhm.
Verbal abuse for me is worse than a physical abuse.
Yes, I hear people say that all the time.
That scar will stay with you forever, but the bruise, the black and blue,
Mhm.
will die away, will go away, will fade away in time.
Right.
But some things people would say to you that you can never ever heal from.
Right. I know you said let's talk about for 45 minutes, and I know the time is, let's see what time it is now. It's 6:36. We can probably go for another minute. But I know that this is not going to be end of me and you conversation, because I think we're on the same page with a lot of things. And like I said, I want to bring you on back to talk about how do we empower women and things of those nature. You got brave enough to open your own organization. Why did you form this organization?
Because, like I said, I know what poverty is all about.
Mhm.
No child should go to bed hungry.
Right.
And the biggest thing that hurt me when Pakistani woman came to me,
Mhm.
and then when I actually see it for myself, and I believe that women are still using cloth in the third world countries as
Yes.
sanitary napkin.
Yes.
I was the first one who brought that to public attention,
Wow.
and then it became a big hit after that, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that was one of, I said, I don't have enough money to help these women with sanitary napkin because it's so expensive in those countries, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Calcutta, Afghanistan, Tunisia,
Mhm.
because my second husband is Tunisian and half Turkish,
Oh,
and
Lord.
Moroccan,
Yes.
a little bit of that too. So I've been, I was living there for a little bit,
Oh,
and I
yes?
can tell you, yes, my mother-in-law neighbors, they were still using cloth as sanitary napkin
Mhm,
over
mhm,
there,
mhm,
and a lot of women been actually died from infection
mhm.
and don't even know the cause of death
Oh.
because you die, they bury you at the same time, right?
Yes.
But a lot of them also can afford it because it's like Guyana, you don't have such thing as insurance. There is
Mhm.
no such thing as pantries for
Right.
free food or any of these things. Somebody give you something. That's the only way you get something free
Mhm,
in those countries. So I decided that, you know what, I am going to open a not-for-profit organization. I
Good.
may be the founder for it,
Mhm.
but I have a team that supports me, dedicate and contribute to this organization
Oh, good for
with
you.
their heart and soul and feel the same. We share the same passion. And Trevor is here. He can even, tell you about that.
Mhm.
When we started this in 3 months, but again, if you're not authentic, if your intentions are not real,
Right.
if your core if your core is not there, you're just doing things on the top for show. It's a show all. You will fail badly.
Yes.
The only way you will be successful, you have to be authentic. You have to be real in what you're doing. You have to have your mission, your core value,
Mhm.
what this organization really stands for, and live by it, because we all can talk, right? But there's no action.
Mhm.
If I said I'm going to do something, I want to be a legend, and I will be a legend, because to be a legend is to treat people with kindness, with goodness, leave an imprint in their mind, their
Mhm.
heart. I don't want to be famous.
Mhm.
Fame will fade, right?
Mhm.
But like Bob Marley, why his name is so powerful when you said it,
Yeah. Yes.
And I want to help women, children, and men too. Anybody that going through any difficulties in life, such as not having food or proper water
Mhm.
or shelter or education. These are all the things that we will do in time. But the first step first is that we have to get the help from people so that we can help others.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not going to beg anyone for money. I'm not going to beg. I am just going to say one time, if you support somebody, if you do one good act for someone, don't worry about the reward.
Yes.
Just do it. You will get the reward in time.
Yes. Absolutely.
You understand?
Mhm.
And so because some of us make it, misuse government funds and open organization, and their reputation is not good because they don't stand by their word, what they're going to do, making it really bad for the people who intentions are pure and real and really want to do the thing they said they're going to do.
Yes, yes.
It's a competitive world out there today. Everyone is, competing for the same race. I'm not competing with anyone.
Oh, that's a good thing. Don't
I
compete.
am not ever going to compete with anybody because I basically run my own race. And you
Good.
have to choose your battle, and you have to choose your own race. If you know you can't run, why would you want to go in a race?
Exactly.
If you don't know how to drive a car, why would you want to go in a car race?
Absolutely.
Where you are good at, find that one thing that you are good at,
yes.
and do it.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you're going to be successful. Don't go with what somebody else is doing.
Yes.
You're not going to be successful in that way. That approach is so wrong. And I am me. I'm authentic as it can be. There is no other way.
Right.
And that is why I know I will flourish, and this organization will be very, very successful because I'm determined. I work very hard. I have passion for this. I see opportunities for this organization.
Yes.
We spoke about some, and I will accomplish because I'm a go-getter. I work bloody hard. I don't care what the world says about me.
Right.
I do have a fright for camera, but I'm an intelligent woman.
Yes.
I'm a great damn writer.
Yes.
And I'm a great individual with the biggest heart ever.
Oh, that's a total woman.
I'm beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
Inside out.
Yes.
I'm gorgeous, actually.
Yes, yes. Yeah. And you look good in pink too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so Sarah, I'll have to tell you, thank you so much for taking me on so early. It's only about 2 weeks, and I said, let me call her because I don't like to really, when one guest go on somebody else's show. And I said, damn it, let me call her after I see you put your book. And thank you for being so receptive. We're gonna cut off very soon. I have somebody else coming to use the studio in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
But I knew when you told me you're going to be here for just 45 minutes or to an hour, I said, I know in my heart she's going to spend, we can talk till tomorrow morning, but because there's so much information you have, and I'm so glad. So ladies and gentlemen, go in the chat box. We have 6 books to give away.
Thank you guys.
You do how you want to give away the books. Yeah, give them a question.
Like I said, share as much as you can, tag your family and friends, and it's okay to inbox Ken or myself if you have a question, if you can answer this one question.
What's the question?
Are we gonna give them the question, Ken, or no?
Go ahead.
No, I think next time we'll do that. Let's keep them in suspense.
But how are we gonna give them the book?
We will actually mail it to them so they
can... not that. Well, how are they gonna win the book? We got 6 books to give out.
You're right. We do have 6 books to give out. So the most shared
gets one. Okay.
And if you can answer me this one question, then I guess that's a winner for the.
For we got 6, so we got. Let's go.
So the question is, give me a question and I will answer it.
Okay. All right. Let's go. And then we could probably ask another question. What color she has on here now?
Well, you already gave it away.
No, let's make it easier for them. That's easy. While they're doing that, let's say hello to Roxanne. Says can't drink some water. My throat always get dry. Miss Hussein, thank you very much for watching. She is from Stewartville. She said, "What are you most proud of?"
The woman I became today.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you guys. What is the name of my organization?
Yeah. Let me see. I could probably help take the name of let's take the names of who we know win already. We have, let's see. We have Anita says pink, that's one, right? Then we have Priya. Priya says, we have Priya 1-1, then we have Anita. Who else? Hi, Bibi Badaro, thanks for watching. Pink, let's see who else we got. What are you most proud of this moment? And I want to tell you, Amrita Samaru, good afternoon. San, good afternoon. And, the thing is that we are not finished yet. We're going to come back. I hope that she liked the show so much that she will come back again. And we'll do more of this. Because I know, you see, she was not any tension in her. You're comfortable, right?
Of course.
Good. That's a good thing. So let's see if we have anybody else that will win any book. If not, let's see. We have Indra. Thanks for watching. Carmen. Thanks for watching. Avita Danraj. Thanks for watching. We could probably give Avita a book too, because guess what? She says white, and you do have on a white top. So Avita, thanks for your answer. So let me see. Please inbox me your address, so that I could ship these to you guys. BATA. Rose Harnaran, a very good afternoon. Thanks for watching. Stanley Ramsaran. She said good night, star gal.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So and continue to share the page. I love her. She have an inspiration
share
story.
love, guys. Be humble. Be kind. Be supportive. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Right?
Yes.
Do what you want to do. Do anything you want to do. This is your life. Become what you want to become. Go and get your copy of Incomplete. If you cannot afford to purchase the book, inbox us and we will definitely send you one. That's another way we'll give it out to you.
Oh, that's kind of you.
Yeah, we don't know people's situation these days.
Right.
And my question is, what are we doing for? We have a big surprise that Ken and I are going to share with you the next time I am here. But if they can answer this question, how people really feel about Halloween parties and large gathering and so forth. Like if somebody can answer me, is it too soon that school open for our kids?
Mm-hmm.
And should they have the Halloween, the parade on or no? Is it okay to go out there with our children, or not?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a Halloween weekend coming up. I know you and I have that.
Okay, yes.
So we're giving them a sneak peek into.
Are we gonna dress up like?
Yeah, but we can't give everything out.
Right.
Now.
Okay.
So if you guys can guess what Ken costume will be, you win a copy of the book.
Okay, good. Hey, they want me to go and buy that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio. Again, Sarah, it's good to have you on with your inspiring story. And guys, please go and support her. We need to support our own. And I got to tell you, I read her book. I tear a little bit because she have stand out. She's a star and she is beautiful too. So until then, have a very pleasant evening and just be good to each other. This is World Mental Health Day. I want to tell you guys,
take care of your health.
Take it away.
Take care of your health.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, more than wealth.
That's right. Again, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and let me see how much minutes more we have.
No more seconds.
We're
going home.
Yes, but I want to tell you, while I was waiting for you, I was thinking about how do we prepare ourselves to have a good life, and I was thinking about my own self. That we create our own destiny. I create my own apartment nice, my house nice. When my wife comes, she make up my bed nice, and so I love to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm lucky. I'm blessed to have a good woman in my life, and it really do helps. And Gita is smiling and blushing.
When we do find a few good people, you hold on to them, because in this cruel world we're living in today, there are not a lot of good people. Believe me.
Yeah. And you know, one of the good things these ladies like to is when you buy them toe. I know somebody here like to hear that.
Oh,
He is right there. He's coming up
Oh
shortly.
my
They
God.
like when you bite by their toe,
So
and so we
guys,
keep them.
pretty much I was going to say that I will be back because we do have a Halloween event, Ken and I.
Yes.
And that was supposed to be a surprise. He was supposed to tell you guys a little bit later.
Yes.
And we're kind of confused if we should do like a Halloween event or not, you know. Anyway, there's a free mask now. So, hey, guys,
absolutely.
you can just wear a mask and call it a costume.
Yes, absolutely. So until then, we have to get off. Another youngster is coming up. A dancing star is next. I've always said in my mind.
I want to do this intro. Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Who is in the house? Oh my God.
Go ahead.
No, I can't.
You can.
It's no other, the international dancer. I always wanted to meet him face to face. And God, you just blessed me.
Oh, today's the first day?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
first day. So I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
am very lucky. Is he going to be on?
Yeah.
D-Raj is in the house, guys. So you cannot miss him.
Right.
He's next. I want to stay because maybe I'll dance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he likes that. He likes that. You know, and one of the things that I've always, and I told D-Raj too, because I interviewed him on this program, is that, you know, and I said, I'm sincere about this, D-Raj is one of the number one dancer I could always say. I always show off with him.
Growing up,
Uh-huh.
I've always seen this man on TV.
Yeah, you did?
Yes. And come to know that we're in such a small circle because a lot of my family member and D-Raj is very good friends, but I'll tell him later on that. And I always wanted to meet him because there was so much that I wanted to talk to him about upcoming plans and events and so forth.
Yeah. Oh, he was a big star.
But he just walked right into me in my life. So wow, it couldn't get better.
Yeah. So you guys could take out your picture. I'm gonna come off now. You guys could take your picture out. Have a very good evening, everyone.
Good
Until
night,
next
everyone.
week. Good night.